This is the Scoop Slam Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Scoop Slam Podcast. I'm your host, Micah. My fingers are burnt and my mind is melted from watching all this wrestling. We're going to get into it. We got a big draft that just happened in WWE RAW and some rumors to go over. Before we get too far into it, it's a parade inside his city. It's my co-host, Ryan.
Yo, Micah, good to be back here with you, buddy, man. We've been gone for too long and we haven't talked about a lot of wrestling in a couple of days, so I'm sure the fan base is dying to hear about what we got to say about the news, rumors, current events, and the draft here in professional wrestling. I'm ready to get started.
Yeah, and we might have another one in a couple months, but we'll see about that. We can only hope, because then it might cut out one of these shows that we gotta watch. But all in all, let's go ahead and get the crap out of the way. We didn't record Dynamite and SmackDown again.
Oh man, yeah. We missed out again. That was on me though.
Well, it's all right. I wasn't necessarily upset that you canceled, because at the minute that you were like, I think I can't make it tonight, I was like, okay.
Nah, I sent you the text.
Out.
I sent you hold on there, player. I sent you that text, and we had to reschedule, man. Some current events, some real life activities came up, and I'm sorry I couldn't choose wrestling over my entanglements. If you know what I'm putting down, Micah. You know,
extracurriculars.
Yeah, got into a bunch of that night.
Anyways, so we're here to go over this week's stuff. We will, fingers crossed, be on time and
punctual. We're gonna be punctual
with our Dynamite and SmackDown review this week. But a lot happened, so we are going to talk about a couple things that happened on last week's show, mainly the draft, but I'm going to go ahead and start the rumors with one thing that happened on last week's Dynamite that we weren't able to get to. Roderick Strong debuted in AEW, unbeknownst to
everybody.
That he was released. And it's because he was in NXT, so they don't really announce those releases.
I had no idea.
I didn't either. I was like, I seen something like 2 weeks ago that was like, man, I really wish that they would let Roderick Strong out of his contract. Well, sure enough, he did.
People are clamoring for that.
People have been clamoring for him to come to AEW for a long time, and I might get some hate. But I don't know the guy. I've never seen a Roderick Strong match.
Well, he's a really good wrestler. Made his name in ROH, former ROH champion and TV champion of ROH. He did a few things in NXT. He's been in NXT since 2017, though, Micah. Like they've been pretty much using him as a player coach for the last year and a half or 2 years since they started 2.0 NXT.
Yeah, he had something called like the Diamond Mine, didn't he?
The Diamond Mine, yeah. And they had Roderick Strong, the Creed brothers, Ivy Nile, and Malcolm Bivens, which is Stokely in AEW. They had all those guys together as a group, and they really didn't do much together as a group. But Roderick has been missing for like 6-7 months. People thought he had an injury, but he was quietly just let go from his contract, and nobody mentioned anything, man, because I guess it wasn't that much of a big deal.
Well, I think honestly it was for the best for him. He said he took the time off to recover from some injuries and take some time, but I mean, in all honesty, that was the best thing he could have done, because how can we miss you if you won't go away?
They popped for him when he came out.
Yeah, and I mean, shoot. I was like, oh, okay, but for those diehard people that love Black and Gold NXT and Old Ring of Honor, that's for them, and that's the AEW fan base, so They enjoyed it. I think it was smart for him to take that time away, though, and let people forget about him.
It's amazing though, man. People were dogging Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, Keith Lee when NXT was going head to head with AEW weekly, saying, "Oh, these guys they can't even outdraw Dynamite on Wednesdays. Look at these guys. They're not a draw." But as soon as they come over to AEW, they're the biggest stars in the world. Just mind-boggling to me, man. I don't know.
There's been a lot of moving the goalpost recently, though. We'll get to some of that in a minute.
Hey, but before we move on, though, Roger Strong, he's reunited with his wife, his best friend. I think he's 39 years old. So, I mean, man, as long as he's happy, I'm sure he's going to have some good matches in AEW. So, it's not really a big loss for NXT.
Let me ask you this. Did he impress you with his debut? Well, you've seen him before, so you kind of know what he brings to the table.
He, I noticed something in that debut. It hit me. Man, there is nobody stronger than a surprise debut run in. Bro, he just cleared out 5 people in the ring like it wasn't nothing.
That was exactly what I wrote down. But not only that, because somebody ran out before him. I don't remember who it was now.
OC and was it OC and
Bandito, yeah. And they just got pummeled, and then Roderick Strong comes out there and clears the ring. And like, no disrespect, Jake Hager is like a foot taller than he is.
Yeah.
And just sent him right over the top rope.
Oh yeah.
But not only that, he kind of
no, go ahead.
Call it ring rust, but
Oh,
he was a little sloppy to me. I just didn't see anything that I was impressed by. Now this week he's in an 8-man tag.
of course.
More thoughts to come this week, basically, on Roderick Strong. I don't know. I'll give him a chance, but I think he's just another one of these guys who, oh my God, the matches. He's gonna be he's such a great wrestler. I can't wait to see him and so have such a great match. They're gonna tear the house down. But like, you got 130 of those guys. You got like 20 guys who can cut a decent promo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the tale of AEW, man. Big debut, and then they peter out after a couple weeks, being a tag match or not being any matches at all for like a month. And then you forget about them, and then all their hype dies down. Remember that happened to Taya. Taya debuted. She debuted on Dynamite, and we didn't see her cut an actual live promo or have an actual live match on Dynamite for like 5 weeks. And then she all of a sudden showed back up to face Jade, and she got beat by Jade in a terrible match. And then this is probably going to be the end of Taya. We'll probably see very little of her going forward.
She'll be in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, oh yeah, she'll be in Ring of
Honor. No lie, as somebody who was at Double or Nothing, the loudest entrance pop was Athena. Like,
oh God, forgot about her.
Yeah, Hannah turned to me and said, "Oh my God," at the pop that she got.
Steve Austin walk out.
The glass broke. No, but in all honesty, then what did they do with her? She got in a horrible feud, and then she lost to Jade. And since then, has she even been on Dynamite?
I think she's ROH champion, ain't she?
Yeah. But I read an interview the other day. She was like, "I'm so happy I'm in AEW and I get to do my craft." What does Tony do to these people? Does he waterboard them until they're happy? Like, I don't.
He writes them a big fat check, and they don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but like,
bro, you telling me if where you work they write you a check and they say, "Hey, Micah, show up once a month and just tell everybody you're happy to work here." You telling me you wouldn't praise the company?
Oh,
yeah.
I guess you got a point there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
It just blows my mind because everybody that works there is always happy for the most part.
Well, money talks, man. He's a money mark.
Well, moving on to another debut that was pretty surprising. Naomi, who is now known as Trinity, debuted in Impact this past week. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said I watched it, but nonetheless, I think it's
You didn't even watch the clip, man.
no, it's Impact, man.
God dang, Micah. You used to be locked in on Impact. Now you don't even want to give a 30-second clip the time of day.
I haven't been locked in on Impact since like Dixie Carter was still in charge.
Jesus, that's been a while. Yeah, man, I saw the clip. She got a good pop. She was having a blast. Like she was happy to be there, and it's a pretty good signing for Impact. They got a decent women's division over there. She'll get the spotlight that she wouldn't get in WWE because Micah, I don't know if you know this, but she's been with WWE since 2000. I think she got signed in 2008. So she's been with the company 15 years. She
Oh
got
my
signed with
God.
she was with FCW, man. Yeah,
I remember her being with like Brodus Clay, but other than that, I don't remember her any time before that.
well, she was in FCW for a couple years before that. But yeah, she's been the system WWE for a long time. So I mean, she kind of had to leave. I know people wanted her to come back and Sasha to come back, but really, WWE's women's division is fine. It doesn't need Sasha nor Naomi. Would it help? Okay, maybe. But I'll be honest here, Micah. Is there any real big women's draw in wrestling nowadays? Or
I
at
would,
any time?
well, the only ones that come to mind would be Charlotte, Becky, Ronda.
Could that main event of WrestleMania, like Charlotte on night two?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Well, who didn't they already do that one night? Wasn't it those three?
Charlotte. Yeah, actually, yeah, they did. I forgot all about it. Yeah, they did, but I don't know. It felt forced to me. I think Kofi and Daniel Bryan should have main evented WrestleMania, which got the better reaction on the show. I might add, but
Oh, wonder why.
well, I mean, it was the better story, but we had to go with the ladies main eventing for the PR. So I don't know, man. I know there's a lot of people that are a fan of women's wrestling, but we gotta call a spade here, Micah. It's not a big draw.
For the kind of people that like those things, that's the kind of things that those people like.
There you have it.
I don't know. If you've listened to the show long enough, you know how we feel about it. There's really good women's wrestlers, and then there's everybody else. There's your
There's Shot
Rheas and your Charlottes, and sometimes
Bianca.
Becky and Bianca. And then
Yeah.
there's everybody else.
Dang, I guess you're right. I think Raquel's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind her. She gets a pass because she's bigger. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
She's miscast in her role right now.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like the smiley. Look at how strong I am. It should be like, no, look at how strong I am. But to be fair, Rhea's kind of got that shtick right now. So
Rhea had that shtick when she was a babyface when she first got to the main roster.
yeah. So maybe, they're keeping them separate right now to bring them together later. And that's why she's a smiley, happy baby face and Rhea's a world beater.
Yeah, we'll give her some time.
All in all, though, I think it was a good pickup for Impact, and I think that she made the right move going to Impact.
Yeah.
She might have made more money in AEW, but she wasn't good. I mean, just for the reasons we literally talked about 2 minutes ago, she wasn't a guy the exposure, and if she went to AEW, she should be in the main event scene, and she's not going to be.
Yeah, that's crazy to say, but you're right though.
Well, I think there's another reason that we could add.
Well, we're not gonna go there.
banished to Rampage.
You know why.
Anyway, speaking of the B show, we'll get to the C and D show. AEW Dark and AEW Dark Elevation has been canceled.
You gonna give it a round of applause?
I'm not. I don't think I ever watched an episode aside from the one that we were there live for.
Oh man, you telling me you didn't watch those classic matches like Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega on Dark? They had a lights out match. Micah, you didn't watch that?
Can't say I did. Or Brandon Cutler versus Michael Nakazawa to see who could get their first win.
Those best of 7 series were classics, man.
Barn burners.
Yeah, there was oil everywhere.
I heard you had a best of 7 series with a bunch of oil everywhere.
Oh, come on, man. Low blow. Regardless, man, Dark and Dark Elevation. So they're not going to have any C and D shows. How does that work for the lower card talent? Where are they going to go now? ROH?
Don't let the door hit them on the way out.
Oh, you know they're keeping them under contract.
I know, because Tony's too nice. He can't fire anybody.
Well, yeah, Mikey, you gotta have Tony Nese wrestling Serpentico in front of 300 people in Orlando, Florida every week. You gotta have that.
Why are these people still on? I forget about Serpentico and Luther, and they're still getting paid by Tony Khan.
Oh, you tell me you don't like deathmatch legend Dr. Luther? You're not a big fan of his?
I would say legend.
Oh, Japanese deathmatch legend Dr. Luther.
Never heard of him.
What? Come on, man. Remember his classic match with Chris Jericho?
Didn't see it.
Oh.
Couldn't pick him out of police lineup.
Ah. Yeah. So why are they dropping those shows again?
So apparently, Warner Brothers Discovery wants all AEW shows. They don't want anything else being cast anywhere, so they said, okay, no more YouTube shows. It's a part of their new deal, apparently, since they're giving them the Saturday show. But
so they could make a comeback.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's clamoring for it, because in my opinion, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But they should just run house shows to let their young talent get
reps.
Yeah, or do indies. If you how do I put this? I'm not a wrestler.
Nope.
So I really can't put myself in your shoes of traveling and all that.
My shoes?
What? Not your shoes, the metaphorical wrestler shoes.
Oh, okay.
You got too many shoes for me to put my feet in. Anyways, see, you
put yourself in wrestler shoes.
My wrestling boots. And I'm trying to get over. I'm not just gonna be sitting at the house taking a check. I know that's the easy thing to do, but why would you not work indies and stuff like that to get your reps and get yourself over, to get yourself a following? It's an extra payday, and I don't know, man. Like, I see Brian Pillman Jr. doing it, and personally, some clips I've seen of him, people are like, "Oh, he's just copying Kenny Omega." He's still a better worker now than he used to be, and he had a promo with Brock Anderson on the last episode of Dark or whatever, and it actually looked pretty interesting. They formed some new tag team, like the New Blood or something. I don't know what they actually called it, but it's something about them being second generation.
Yeah,
but
I get you.
I mean, it was a decent promo from both guys, so they're obviously getting reps and getting training. I think it's a good thing for both, or for everybody who does that. But there's going to be a bunch of people, to work indies. But I think a bunch of people are just going to sit at home now with no Dark, no Elevation, and just take the check.
But then you got to look at the other side of the coin, Micah. If you're somebody like, I don't know, Jade, that's getting paid what you think she's getting paid high 6 figures?
Probably like 300.
Okay, so why would you go to, I don't know, Topeka, Kansas and work a show in front of 60 people and get paid $20, risking injury or I don't know, maybe somebody goes rogue and tries to shoot on you or something like that, man. And when you could just sit at home and collect your check and whenever the phone rings to, hey, can you do a collision taping or dynamite? Can you give us one match? Oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. You don't have any injury woes or nothing like that, man. What? There's a big risk taking those indie bookings, especially from untrustworthy indie promoters. I don't know if you know this, Micah, but pro wrestling isn't the most ethical line of work for people promoting wrestling. I just butchered that. Yeah, Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got your Paul
Yeah,
Heymans of the world.
yeah. Well, you got your
Dixie Carter, Vince Russo.
Vince Russo. Yeah, man. So why would you take that risk doing indies?
Okay, let me say this, and I don't. Maybe this isn't how it works. This is just my thought. If I'm an AEW contracted talent and I go to a promoter, in all honesty, I have somewhat of the leeway because most likely you're going to be the biggest star on that indie show. And I would be like, I'm not going to show up to this show if this, and this is not on. Or if this, and this is going to be on the show. Because, almost every single person out there now on the indies, and it's really sad, has done the stupid slow-mo spot in PWG, or they've done, they've wrestled the doll in Japan, or they've stuck fingers up each other's butts and flipped them, or something stupid like that. And I get that as an up-and-coming wrestler, what are you going to do? Say no? But as somebody who's already contracted by AEW, I'd just be like, well, don't do all this silliness and I'll be there. If you want to do all that silliness, I ain't going to be there.
That's modern wrestling, though, now, Mike. Just go to any random indie show. You'll see some BS, I'm sure.
Oh, we've been to random indie shows.
Yeah, over here in old Sampson, Alabama, we got to see the riveting ring work of, what was it, Brain Damage versus, who else is on that card, man? You remember anybody's name for that card?
Cyclone Kid.
Cyclone Kid versus Brain Damage. Yeah, it was riveting matchups we got to watch.
Well, we can't bury him too much.
I guess. But forget Cyclone Kid, man. Go to hell.
You're just playing the gimmick now. In all actuality, we're trying to get our foot in the door. We're working an angle.
Oh man, just bury our coworker right there.
Not gonna work for me, brother.
I'll come in and shoot on him, man.
All in all, though, Dark and Elevation, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Personally,
Yeah, good riddance. You think it's gonna come back on like HBO Max or something? Get a streaming deal?
I'm not gonna say no.
It's possible though, right?
But it's possible. Oh, yeah. Somebody said too, they wonder if Ring of Honor will get canceled.
Interesting. But it's on its own. Well, I don't know. It's not technically AEW though.
Yeah, but it's still under the same house.
Interesting. I don't know.
We'll see how it plays out. I don't want Ring of Honor to go away, but I wouldn't mind if they made Ring of Honor their developmental show and put it on HBO Max.
No, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't watch it, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah. No. Not me either.
No.
But lastly, on the rumors with some more AEW news, probably the biggest news of this week, the AEW All-In event in London has reportedly sold 43,000 pre-sale tickets. And Jeez. This beats WCW's all-time gate. So, what do you think? What do you think they're going to hit?
I don't know, man. Maybe 55,000. I could see that, maybe.
I could see 60, I think. That they only need 15,000 more not on the pre-sale, and you had to like sign up and do something weird to get the pre-sale before. So I could see 15,000 other people that, oh,
That's
this
more.
wrestling show's coming to town. I'll go.
That's more than Cardiff show, the Clash of the Castle for WWE last year. They only did 33,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? It seemed way bigger. I thought it was 60,000.
No.
Jeez. Well, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. Even if they just tapped out at 43, that's still pretty crazy for a company that's only been in business for 4 years.
It is oh man, you were right. It was 62,000. Yeah, Clash of the Castle did do 62,000. You were right.
Okay, I thought that was a big arena.
Yeah, they did. You think they can get more than that?
I could see it. I don't know, cause like when it first came out, and I think we did this show talking about it, I said I think I could see them getting 40 to 55.
Yeah.
They're already at 45,000, and it's just the pre-sale. They still have it's now May. You got June, July, late August, so around 3 months to sell.
You got a while.
Yeah, I think they could do it. I don't think they'll sell it out, but if they did, I don't think I'd be that surprised.
It's gonna
At
be a
this
hot
point.
ticket. It's gonna be a hot ticket in London, especially if they can get the rumored main event match. CM Punk versus Jericho.
Oh, jeez. You think that main event over MJF?
I do. I think so.
Wait, hold on. Punk versus MJF versus Jericho.
3-way? I don't know. If you're gonna put MJF in there, just leave out Jericho, I guess.
I agree. I honestly hope they do run that back at some point, because that's the last time we saw Punk. But
Jericho's gonna weasel himself into that main event, though. Mark my words. Mark my words, man.
He's got to be at the center of attention, and Punk's gonna be the hot new toy. So he's gonna put himself right up in there because he's Tony's most trusted advisor.
They're gonna have bald CM Punk too.
Don't remind me.
I don't like that. He needs to do something about that.
Now Cash needs to shave his too.
Oh man.
They look like a area nationalist group.
Oh no. But I'll take two the CM Punk guy. Yeah, I can see it.
Oh shoot. I don't know. I don't like bald Punk, but
yeah. It's off-putting. It's like bald Shawn Michaels. Just doesn't work.
Oh god. That one's even worse.
Oh yeah, that's bad. At least he keeps the cowboy hat on, though.
Yeah, but the lazy eye doesn't help him at all. He can't cover that up.
I just look away. I don't look into his eyes.
Which one would you look into? He's looking at the crowd and he's looking at the camera.
Oh,
anyways, AEW's pre-sale. So like I said, they've already beaten the WCW record. So the all-time wrestling attendance record in the UK is on the internet somewhere, and I've still got to look it up.
92,000? Wembley, the original Wembley Stadium?
I believe you're correct.
SummerSlam 92?
Not 90,000, 78,000.
Is that the kayfabe number or is that the actual number?
Let me dig a little deeper. I think that's the actual number. The 80,000 was the kayfabe number.
Yeah, they announced way more than that. I know that it's not a real number, but they announced it.
Yeah. They consider this to be the fourth largest live events ever to attend a WWF with 80,000. Some writers believe that WWF inflated the attendance figure. Yeah, because, I mean, they always do. But I want to say that Tony Khan said they already made $4 million off of All In.
My God.
Yeah, that's Ooh, that's probably the biggest gate they have for. Well, it's got to be. They've never sold 40,000 tickets for anything.
Nah, they got 20 something thousand at Arthur Ashe that first year.
Yeah.
But it's a part of that novelty of it being in a new market as well. Because I really don't think they would sell this many tickets stateside.
That's true. Well,
There's no way. You telling me if they booked, I don't know, Soldier Field in Chicago, that they would do 70,000 people, Micah?
no, I don't think 70, 40 maybe.
Yeah, I don't even think it would draw 40, man. They struggled to sell tickets in New York, the hottest market in the United States. Earlier, what was that, September, October? When they went back to Arthur Ashe, they sold like 10,000 less tickets than the year before. There's no way.
Yeah, but it is different when you have a pay-per-view compared to a TV show.
They loaded that TV show down.
Well, I don't know. I can't. I could see it either way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Being in London is a big draw.
it does help with them, especially because they've never ever been over there. And TNA used to be really hot over there, even though they weren't so big in the U.S. So
Can you imagine if WCW would have went over there in the like 97, 98? Because I don't think they've been over there for real.
this actually, I still have the chart pulled up. Their highest attendance in the UK was when they went in 2000, so it was already the down
The downside, yeah.
stretch. WCW Nitro UK Tour 2000, and they did 16,318. The main event was the Mama Lukes
What?
versus the Harris Brothers for
That
the
was the main event?
WCW World Tag Team Championship. Yep.
Quit lying. That was not the main event, man.
No, it was.
No. Who?
Yeah, I don't know either of those people.
Maybe if I saw a picture. No, yeah, I don't know who those guys are.
Big Vito. Oh, okay, I do know Vito.
Okay. The one that wore the dress in WWE.
Yep, and Johnny the
Okay.
Bull.
Oh, okay. He's in WWE too.
Oh, see, I don't know him.
Yeah, he was on WWE. He was on SmackDown back in like 02, 03.
And the
I remember him.
Go ahead.
Wait, who? No, who?
Well, it said the Harris brothers, Ronald and Donald Harris, but I don't know who these guys are either. They were in WWF as the Blue Brothers in 95.
Very bad year.
Yep. They were managed by Uncle Zebekiah, which is Dutch Mantel.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Well, I like
hold on.
Dutch.
They came back in 96 as the short-lived Grimm Twins, and they were then in 97 repackaged as 8-Ball and Skull, members of
DOA.
Yeah, the DOA.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you just start out with that, Micah? Jeez.
That's their presentation is the Harris Brothers. I had to scroll to find that. Yeah, DOA with Crush and their cousin Chains. Which Chains is Brian Lee.
What was 8-Ball doing?
You talking about now? I think.
No, not now.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. In 2002, the brothers appeared on a TNA pay-per-view wearing shirts with the Nazi SS symbol. They were also displaying their SS tattoos. My God. In 2018, They denied that the brothers had Nazi ties, claiming that the shirts were worn in character. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. Hey, man, 02 TNA is like a fever dream. They got a bunch of weird stuff on there. Do you remember the Johnsons? Did you ever see that clip?
No.
Okay, well, it's just
You'll
they
send it to
were.
me later.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. Was that 2002 TNA? I think it was. But they just they dressed up in all like gold suit, and their names were something Johnson. It was just a play on male genitalia, and they would just make penis jokes throughout the whole match because they were like they showed no skin. It was just all flesh colored bodysuit they were wearing.
It sounds like early AEW.
Oh yeah, you know what? They did kind of do something similar to that with Joey Ryan.
Exactly. That's what it made me think of. Let's see. In WCW, to close this up, they also were Gerald and Patrick, shots at Patrick Patterson and Gerald Briscoe, and
Oh,
they were known as Creative Control.
I don't know what. I just thought of that clip of like you remember that clip of the little person just holding the gun in TNA and Jeff Chair just hitting the guy with a steel chair.
Yeah.
That
And
just encapsulate 2002 TNA.
didn't like the Tennessee Titans get involved in one of the shows?
I remember the NASCAR guys came out and cut a racist promo on R-Truth.
My God.
Yeah.
And
They were
also,
running I think they were running a tape in Alabama, so
oh, well,
they know their audience.
hey, I guess there's something to be said for that. Anyways, we'll move on. That's the rumors for this week. A pretty big moment for AEW, though. I'm excited to see
How do we get
how many people they pack.
how did we get on that?
I couldn't tell you, but I do want to say that the if they did the show right now and it had 43,000 people in it, it would be the third highest ever attended show in the UK, aside from SummerSlam '92 and Clash at the Castle.
It's already a success in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Tony bet on his product and it's paying off for him, so there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
But before we get into Raw, it's the draft. And instead of doing every bit by bit segment where the legends come out and they say a gimmick or do their, kit and caboodle, we're just going to run down the whole draft because I feel like that would be better and not take up as much time. And we know time is of the essence for you guys out there listening to the Scoop Slam report. I guess we're a report now.
Yeah, okay, all right then. We're journalists, huh?
Oh, well, maybe. We're still more credible than Dave. Anyways.
Not a high bar to jump over, Micah.
That's very true. Let's start with Raw. And if you want to talk about any of these, just, hit me with just say scoop, and I'll pause.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
For the first draft pick for Raw, obviously, Cody Rhodes. Secondly, Becky Lynch. Third, Imperium.
Not sure about that placement there.
What do you mean? You didn't like them being third?
Yeah, man. There's plenty of big stars that could have been drafted, but Imperium as a third draft pick, I don't know about that.
Well, Gunther's an Intercontinental Champion, and he's going to be a big star probably this year when they break out.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, wasn't Drew on the board or?
He's close.
I guess.
I think it's good though that the Intercontinental Championship's going to Raw. Give them something fresh to do.
Yeah, they need it.
Yeah, and now, in case we missed the Dynamite SmackDown show, we can always look forward to Gunther on Mondays because we managed to watch Raw every week.
Yeah.
Following that, Matt Riddle. Drew McIntyre.
Dang, Matt Riddle over Drew?
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Okay.
I got words and thoughts, but I won't say them. I'll spare you. The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura,
boring.
Indy Hartwell.
Okay.
I'm really shocked here because she was the second woman drafted to Raw aside from Becky. Oh my God, and the list just gets worse as you go further down. Apollo Crews, Candice LeRae, Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green, Dexter Lumis. Oh my God, the drop off. Whoa, okay. Some of that happened because it was split up into two nights and there was a separate pool.
Yeah.
in a minute, some of the stars will come back out, and you'll notice exactly where the second pool hits. JD McDonough. I don't know anything about him.
He's he was Finn Balor's protege. He looks similar
God.
to Finn, but he has a massive head. Like his head is huge, man, and he's like 5'7". He plays like a crazy man character on NXT. I don't know, man. He has good matches, but again, he's 5'7". So
I won't be looking forward to it.
his theme's pretty
Maximum.
gas though.
Oh,
His
you
theme.
know, I'll give you my thoughts in a couple weeks when he jobs to Omos.
He's a free agent. He can show up anywhere.
Oh, jeez, like that's
ROH.
yeah, New Japan. Dolph Ziggler's gonna be on AEW this week.
Hey, wouldn't that be cool if that was how the free agents worked?
I mean, yeah. Other than like they could appear anywhere but AEW, that would be kind of cool. Imagine like Brock Lesnar shows up in New Japan.
My God, or like Brock Lesnar in Impact.
I would die. Can you imagine? Man, you think I would die? Think about the people in the arena. Good God, what's Brock Lesnar doing in the Impact Zone?
What if it's like Bully Ray versus Tommy Dreamer in the main event, and then all of a sudden you hear that music and it comes out and files everybody?
You think he could pick Tommy Dreamer up?
Well, he did. I'll pop, man.
Anyways, Maximum Male Models, Natalia, Viking Raiders, Zoe Stark.
Always good. Viking Raiders, I like them. I know you're not a fan, but what was the other names?
The Maximum Male Models.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay.
We're big fans of the models here. Oh, come on, don't do Natalia like that.
Is she still on the roster?
Yeah.
Was she at WrestleMania?
Yeah, she was. She was in the tag team match.
Did we skip that?
Was it on night one? No, it was on night two.
Night two.
Yeah, I think
Ronda and Shayna won it.
Yeah, because it was stupid that. Anyways, night two. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, hold up now. Who's making these draft picks?
Lots of different legends.
But like, is the USA Network? Are they telling us? Is this like this the CEO of USA and the CEO of Fox? They're putting in their draft picks. How's this working?
I don't know, because are the legends just like a round table? Like, yeah, I think this is who we should go with. That's why I think they should get a GM.
Teddy Long.
Well, I'm all right with it. He was there.
Hey, RVD.
RVD.
Hey,
okay, I'd like RVD.
Hey, man, every time I see RVD on screen, I'm like a little kid again, man. I was a big RVD guy back in like the mid 2000s.
I heard his theme music again, and I was like, man, that ain't nobody got a theme like that these days.
No, sir. I like the TNA theme too.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
He always had good theme songs.
He's always different in the ring, so his stuff looked a lot different. I know it probably wasn't the best to work with him because apparently he was really stiff when working, but I always enjoyed the way he moved around and how he did the 5-star frog splash, man. It just looked devastating. He did it.
You have a better frog splash than him. Maybe Eddie, but I don't know, man. There's all like little things. Like even Montez has a really good frog splash just because he jumps really high. But like RVD always, when he did it, the pump was so. How do I word this without it?
Well, they call it 5-star for a reason, Michael.
Yeah, it was always 5 stars.
Always in my book.
I'm about to sneeze, so hold on.
Oh, bless you. Good Zoom or
All
right.
Yeah, let me mark that down.
Hey man, if Vince was here, he would have a cow if he did that.
What?
If Vince McMahon was on this call, man, he would
Wait, why?
Oh, you never heard that story that Vince hates sneezing?
No.
Oh yeah, he hates sneezing, bro. Like I remember Stephanie, or I don't remember. I think it was Bruce Pritchard was telling a story about one of the writers like sneezed or something, and Stephanie had to pull him to the side and say, "Don't ever do that ever again around Vince. He hates sneezing."
What does that even?
I don't know. It signals sickness, man, and sickness is weakness. So you can't sneeze around Vince.
You can't help that.
I can't believe you've never heard this story.
No, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, Vince hates sneezing, man. And apparently he hates people that like nod too long to him.
That nod too long?
Yeah. If you just start nodding along when he's talking, he gets mad.
Oh my God. Entitled rich people.
And he has a lot of weird quirks, man. A lot of Vinceisms.
Vinceisms.
Yeah.
Man, well, good to know that I would never last at WWE because my allergies are horrible. So, anyways,
he'd probably throw you off Titan Towers if you did that.
like Ray.
Or Alistair.
Was that who got thrown off? I thought it was Ray.
Both of them did. Same thing.
Oh, okay, I was right. I didn't even watch the match.
They were back next day. They were good.
Oh, geez. They were.
Oh yeah, I like to think that they fell into like a
net.
One of them, or like the scaffolding that they paint the tall buildings with. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So like they couldn't get back up there.
Yeah, I just like to maybe that's what happened. I don't know. That's what I like to tell myself.
Anyways, night 2 of the draft for Raw. Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Which I think is good for both of them. People are pissed about Bianca going to SmackDown and them having to swap the titles, and I agree. They should just make it, Bianca keeps hers, Rhea keeps hers, so the reigns are continuous, but...
Just change the names of titles. That's not brand specific.
What would you change it to, though?
You can't have the Universal Women's Champion and the WWE Women's Champion?
Well, I think they're doing away with the Universal moniker.
Okay, fine. You can have the World Women's Champion. The World I don't know, man. You could just change the name of SmackDown and Raw exclusive.
The WWE Women's Champion and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would be a little confusing. We have to call it something else.
Well, anyways, you get it. I get your point.
Yeah.
Speaking of the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins was the second draft pick for Raw. Meth Rollins.
Over.
Yeah.
He's over.
We'll get into some more of that later because, oh my God, the main event. But following that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so they take the tag titles to Raw, but I'm assuming that they're still going to be on both shows considering they hold both shows championships. Excuse me.
Did you go over the supplemental picks that they had the day after on SmackDown?
I think that's what those were, unless they're at the bottom of this.
Okay. Keep on going. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I think they're at the bottom of this.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Anyways, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, the Judgment Day.
All right.
Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, which again, they're tag champs, so I'm assuming they'll be on both shows.
Did they split up anybody?
No, the teams were drafted together.
What happened to, you could be split up in the draft? Well, I guess, no, you can't.
Nope. And I wanted them to split up the Street Profits.
And
Chad Gable and Otis.
They were making like references to that. Did they not have this planned out beforehand? Because they were saying, you could be drafted to Raw and you could get drafted to SmackDown, having backstage segments with like Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. I remember that vividly, but every tag team got drafted together.
I think, I don't know, maybe they went back on it. Well, the issue really is they don't have anybody to fight Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They have no tag teams. That's why they brought up Pretty Deadly, I think. But you're going to squash your new tag team as soon as you get them?
Well, nah, I wouldn't like that.
So, I don't know. They got a bit of a situation on their hands in the tag team division.
It's gonna be a long way before another tag team match main events WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think that... I don't know. Maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens can keep it up, but I don't know what they're going to do to keep their momentum.
Yeah, I don't see it lasting that much longer. SummerSlam, maybe.
Well, speaking of not lasting much longer, Trish Stratus, Ronda Rousey.
Ruthless.
Well, I mean, she's in her final run. No disrespect. Shayna Baszler.
Micah, you're ageist now? Is that what you are?
Nah, no. I'm an old dog like you now. Over 21.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I can tell you're old.
Just bury me. Okay, all right then.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, you got one foot in the grave already at your age, your
man.
advanced age.
So should I get Botox next, Micah? Just full on Vince.
Oh God, cut the beard. Just keep the stash.
Okay. Start dating a paralegal.
Oh, I wouldn't call it dating.
Just fornicating, right?
Yeah, just what do you call an entanglement? Anyways, Braun Strowman. Well, pause. Ricochet, Bronson Reed, Alpha Academy, Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Akira Tozawa, Dana Brooke, Emma, Inda Sure. This one's funny to me. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Who?
Indus Sure, Jinder Mahal, Veer,
From
and
NXT?
Senga. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Can't wait for wait. What happened to Shanky?
Yeah, they all been in NXT, man. Veer, Shanky, Jinder, all of them went in NXT.
Is that who Senga is?
I think he's a different cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me. Johnny Gargano was drafted this late on the after show.
That should tell you something.
Vince was right.
I wish they would have had NXT like draftees as well, like people from the main roster get drafted to NXT. Like at least 3 or 4.
Have.
Yeah, like R-Truth or I don't know. Natalia could have went NXT. I don't know.
Did R-Truth even get drafted?
He's hurt right now. He last wrestled in NXT.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
When did he get hurt?
It was about a month or 2 before WrestleMania. He had a one-off match on NXT, and I think he tore his tricep or something like that.
Interesting. Well, hope Truth gets better.
Yeah.
Los Lotharios, Nikki Cross, Odyssey Jones, Piper Niven, Riddick Moss, Tegan Knox, and Xia Li.
Wait, pause.
Mm-hmm.
Odyssey Jones?
Yeah, I have not heard his name in months, but he got drafted to Raw.
Bro, has he had 12 matches?
Well, they drafted Gable Steveson last year.
Well, he's not going to be anywhere near wrestling because I think he went back to Olympic training or something. I don't know, man. But Odyssey Jones, I really only seen him wrestle 2 or 3 times on NXT. And I don't think he's ever had a feud on NXT. He's a big dude, though, Micah.
He
looks the part.
Let's see. He made his return on the October 25th, 2022 episode of NXT. The following week, he made his in-ring return. But other than that, I don't see anything on here that he's done. Yeah, you might be right.
No, bro, he hasn't feuded with anybody. He's a big dude, though.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he looks the part, but
I don't know if he's ready for this.
Time will only tell. I don't know. I'm trying to see anything about him. I don't.
And the free agency stuff makes no sense to me either.
I like it to a point for some guys. Like for Brock, okay, sure. But for
Right.
like Dolph Ziggler, man, they're just doing that so he can be on whatever show and just job to whoever they need to. Like, come on now.
Or Von Wagner. Why is he a free agent?
Oh, he
Who
is? I
wants
thought
to?
he got drafted.
Oh, he's a free agent. Von Wagner. Bro, come on, man. Von Wagner and Omos. And I like well, I'm not gonna say I like him. I can tolerate Omos in small dosage. I can, watch a few of his matches if he's having like a big pay-per-view match, but him on both shows, come on, man.
I'm always morbidly intrigued as to what he's gonna do in a match. It's weird because like I don't care for him, but anytime he has a pay-per-view match, I'm like, is this gonna be any good, or am I gonna like get the same thing that we always get? And that's kind of my interest level for the whole Seth thing he's got going on. Is like, is this gonna actually be anything, or am I just gonna be like, yep, that was an Omos match, like I am every time?
I think it kicks off the show and then the crowd is gonna really enjoy it.
Oh, they're just gonna sing his song the whole time. That's why they're gonna like it.
It's over, man. You say it's just the song, Micah, but we look at Jungle Jack and you look at Chris Jericho, they're not singing their songs during the match. Something's got to be said for that.
They sung it for 10 minutes the other day in Paris.
Yeah, something's got to be said, man. I know we're not big Seth guys, but I mean, Jesus Christ has got himself over, man. He did it again.
Well, anyways, the SmackDown draft picks. Starting off, obviously, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman. Makes sense. He's world champion.
No, it doesn't make sense. Why was Solo drafted with Roman?
Well, they're splitting him from the Usos.
Oh God, made no sense. But keep on going. I'm sorry.
Bianca Belair on SmackDown. I think that's a good thing. Get some fresh faces, hopefully.
Okay.
The Street Profits, keeping Montez and Bianca together.
Of course.
Edge, Bobby Lashley, the OC.
Why is Edge not a free agent?
Well, I don't know. I'm just glad that him and Finn aren't on the same roster anymore, so Edge can do something different. It pisses me off. You know, I seen that clip earlier about the Judgment Day or whatever, some stupid joke, but at Edge and the Judgment Day. That could have been cool as all get out.
Oh.
It could have rejuvenated Edge's last run, but now we're just subjected to the rated PG superstar because he doesn't do anything R anymore.
No.
And I liked Edge. That's the sad part.
I don't, man. If that was his last match at WrestleMania, I wouldn't care.
Well, you got a point there.
Bring
him to AEW and let him and Christian team.
Fine. If y'all want him, you can have him. Take him. But I mean, it would make more sense if like the part-timers were free agents, if you ask me. I don't know.
Yeah, and see, I could get behind that then, but like having Von Wagner or Mustafa Ali, okay, just say they're job guys. This is our rotating crew of job guys. Anyways, the OC.
How would you feel then if you're one of those guys and they announce you as you're a job guy for both shows now?
Is that not what they did? Look at the free agent list. Dolph Ziggler, which, again, I love Dolph, but come on now. Mustafa Ali, Von Wagner, Omos, and Brock Lesnar.
I think Omos and Brock are going to be far from job guys.
That sounds like the 2008 finals crew that LeBron had to carry, and Brock Lesnar is LeBron.
Okay. All right. It's low blow. But yeah, man, I get what you're saying.
I mean, okay, you say Omos isn't a job guy. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to be off TV for 2 weeks. He's going to come beat somebody up. They're going to have a pay-per-view match. He's going to lose the pay-per-view match. Shine, rinse, shine, repeat.
Okay, so he shouldn't be on the show every week, so I can understand why they would hold him off. But yeah, he doesn't win many pay-per-view matches. I give you that.
See? Job
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
Anyways, on SmackDown that we didn't get to talk about, the OC made their return, and they were drafted to SmackDown. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have been in witness protection since AJ Styles got hurt. Secondly, Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the OC negotiated when they came back that they're not coming to any shows if they're not if they don't have creative for them. So they got themselves a sweet deal, man. They can just stay at the house if they have no creative for them, and they get paid 6 figures.
I have my thoughts. I don't know.
It pays to be friends with top guys, though.
Yes, but they were actually kind of doing stuff in New Japan and Impact, and now, I mean, I know it's all about money at the end of the day, like Kevin Nash always said, but
yeah,
I mean, daggum, Carl Anderson was like a champion, and I think they were Impact Tag Champs, but now they're just chumps.
At this point, Carl Anderson is 41 years old. He has 4 kids. I'm sure this is lad's big payday. So, I mean, are you crying for Carl Anderson?
No, but I'm crying for AJ Styles to be a main eventer.
Well, he'll do well on SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be on SmackDown, who Roman Reigns has a stranglehold on the world title, so now we know AJ Styles is Cap. They should have put him on Raw.
It's not about world championships. I'm sure he'll get a US title run.
I don't want to see that. I want to see him with the world title. I missed AJ Styles' world title run in WWE because I was disenfranchised.
Well, Micah, come on, man. He's no spring chicken anymore. It's not like he needs the world championship.
But he's still good, and he's a main eventer and a name.
Yeah, he is.
Better than Seth.
Okay. Well, it's debatable, I'm sure, if you ask Seth Rollins fans out there. But yeah, man, AJ Styles, he's been wrestling for 23 plus years. Do you really want to put all your eggs in the AJ Styles basket at this point?
Send him to AEW. We'll treat him
right.
right.
Whoa. No. Don't do that.
No, we'll treat him right.
So you can debut like Roderick Strong, beat up 5 people, and then just be gone for a month and a half?
No, he'd be a main eventer.
Would he?
I would hope. I can't say for sure, but I would hope.
We have an old Miro.
He's got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson contract. He got creative for me. I'm staying home. All right.
God dang.
Why is Mia Yim in this group? Did I miss that?
I think you were checked out at that point. They added her to OC to counteract the Judgment Day with Rhea, and then they just kind of kept her with the OC.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of groups I don't want to see and or women, Damage Control, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. That's awful names. Hit Row, Lacey Evans, Austin Theory, Charlotte Flair, the Usos, the LWO, Asuka, the Brawling Brutes, Karrion and Scarlett, LA Knight, your boy.
I like him.
Shotzi, Pretty Deadly, which I think is a good call up. Rick Boogs, Cameron Grimes, which I also think is going to be a good call up. Tamina, and Grayson Waller.
I'm buying stock in Grayson Waller, man.
You keep telling me that you think I'll like him, so I'll take your word for it. And hopefully whenever he's on the show, I don't think it'll be this week. It'll probably be next. I think they said the draft starts on May 8th. So yeah, I'll give him a shot.
Did you see his promo when he got drafted?
I kept seeing clips on Twitter, but I didn't actually watch them. So I do need to go watch that though.
It's like 30 seconds, but it's great, man. You can tell that he's gonna be something. His in-ring stuff is he's not AJ Styles in the ring by no means, but he's not far off from a guy like LA Knight when it comes to in-ring stuff. And LA Knight's not flashy, but he's solid in the ring.
I like LA Knight in the ring.
Yeah, he's not gonna go in there and give you a 5-star classic though, Micah.
Yeah, but he don't need to. He's got more character work, like Stone Cold.
Yeah, I totally agree. The character work should be number one. I mean, that's what draws the money. It's not about how many spinning, flipping, 450
super kicks.
Yeah, super kick, Phoenix splash you can do to the outside through a flaming table. It's about, how many people can you draw into this building?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like his boxing shorts gear that I've seen in the past, but other than that,
that's weird. But it kind of reminds me of Miz's like wardrobe when he first got to the main roster. Remember that he wore like gym shorts?
Yeah, it reeks of like 2000s attire.
Or like a fedora.
Yeah, he did wear a fedora. Oh, well, we're recording on Discord, so how much can we say?
Man. That's our audience, huh?
Oh, shoot. Anyways, to wrap up the draft, I did want to say a couple names that I think you will be interested in that were not included in the draft pool at all. Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss, and Logan Paul. Logan Paul obviously makes sense because he's a part-timer. But sure. Bray Wyatt not being drafted, what do you think about that?
I got a problem with it, man. We still don't know what's wrong with Bray. So, make it a surprise whenever he shows back up next. I ain't got a problem with it.
Do you think he's still going to show up, though?
What you mean? Yeah, he'll be there, bro. He's still on the contract. Then they're going to release
him? He might have Carl Anderson's contract.
Oh, man. I still think they think Bray is a very valuable asset to the company, in my opinion. I know they released him one time, but I don't know. It feels different to me.
We'll see.
Pro Bray. You're not gonna get me to bash Bray, man. That's like me trying to get you to bash Jeff Hardy. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I guess you got me there. Anyways, that was the end of the WWE draft. Lots of shakeups. I'll say this too, because I meant to mention that, but I slipped my mind. I like the way that they did it this year. Other than the fact that you pointed out that it was kind of weird how it was like, who was drafting for who, but they went through and did pretty much the entire roster. And it wasn't like, oh my God, John Cena got drafted in the same night. And then like they would do 5 draft picks and everybody else was just on WWE.com. That was so stupid to me. I like the way that they did it where everybody got drafted except for a few.
Yeah, some of it made sense, some of it didn't. That's the WWE way. What are you going to do?
No, yeah. You take what you can get. I think that was a positive in my opinion. So, for the May 1st edition of Monday Night Raw, we opened it up with the Tribal Council, Paul Heyman, and he came out to basically talk about, excuse me, my stomach apparently had more to say about it than I did. Anyways, Roman apparently thinks that he can get the World Heavyweight Championship, and he doesn't think that anybody deserves to be world champion besides him, and Paul Heyman basically claimed that Roman is still the world champion of the WWE. Seth interrupted, and they sung his song Forever, and Seth basically came out to say that Roman's running from him, and that's why he's a part-timer, and Seth is going to be here on Raw defending the championship and being the guy again. He threatens to curb stomp Paul. Solo comes out. They set up a match for later. But overall, what did you think about the opening segment of Monday Night Raw?
me see. What did I have for my scoops? Did I have any scoops for this?
Probably not.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I just wrote down about the draft process, about Triple H messing up his lines, and
Oh yeah, I did forget about that they opened with that, but I kind of just cut all that out of my review.
Okay. Yeah, man, Seth Rollins got a massive pop coming out. You would have thought it was Kerry Von Erich walking out there, Fort Worth, Texas, but yeah, I know we crap on Rollins, deservedly so. His character work has been garbage, in my opinion, but he's got himself over. Can't knock him for that.
You might not, but I can. I'll say this, and this isn't really a scoop. This is more of just my thoughts. It would be kind of funny if Roman still won the belt.
Oh my God, I would die laughing.
It would piss a lot of people off, but it
I'm
would
here
be
for it.
so funny.
Do it.
The Russo way.
Melt it down.
Swerve everybody. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have anything for this one. The slam was just Seth is over the top and rotten. I don't like the outfits. I don't like the song. I don't like the gimmick.
But what if Roman just comes out? You remember how you won the Universal Champion?
No.
Okay, so
I wasn't watching.
Oh, okay. Well, they did a ring implosion spot with Braun versus Bray. And Roman comes out after they do that spot, signs his contract for the match, and then he just goes to the ring and pins Braun Strowman, not doing anything.
Are you serious? He didn't even have like an official match?
No, it was announced as a triple threat match, but Roman said, "I'm not signing the contract," and then he just shows up and signs it the last minute.
Is that how he turned heel?
Yeah, he came out with Paul Heyman, but there were seeds planted like weeks prior that he was going to the dark side. But yeah, he came out, signed his contract, pinned Braun, and that's how he won. Can you imagine if he does that, like beats Seth?
No, he beats Cody again.
Oh my God.
We're fantasy booking the worst ending to WWE. Man, so many people, they would be hot, man. I would laugh for days.
Yeah, bro, melt it down, start over again. I would think it's funny. Why not?
Anyways, moving on to the next match. Liv and Raquel fought Kai and Sky, and I was gonna watch this one, but the fast forward button stuck, and it finally came off at the end of the match, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't catch this one.
And I probably should have kept it going for this next match. Ricochet and Braun versus Alpha Academy.
I watched this, but it was quick.
Exactly. I like Gable. I honestly, you kind of were dogging it, but I like Ricochet and Braun together. I don't know. Their little finishing move is kind of cool to me.
Braun just seems all clumsy to me. I don't like how he moves. He moves like a toddler taking his first steps.
Well, yeah, but at least he's not in the world title picture.
I guess.
Could be worse.
Man, he's just so goofy looking when he moves, man. I don't know. It's off-putting watching him try to run around the ring.
It also, oh man, now I got that toddler image in my mind. And I'm just thinking about him running around the ring.
But doesn't he look like that?
It's the way he it's kind of like a waddle run, or it's kind of like he holds everything so tight that he's afraid that if he falls, it's just gonna bust everything.
Whoa.
I can't stand you.
Okay.
The only slam I had for this one was I thought they were gonna start pushing Gable a couple weeks ago, and
Did you thought that?
Well, didn't he get a really big reaction at Rumble or something, and then he did that suplex on Braun and the match with Cody?
Yeah, but I don't know. He's got to get away from Otis if they're gonna actually treat him seriously. Because I mean, like it or not, Otis is a comedy guy. He always will be.
Well, yeah, but I thought that's what the whole male models thing was about. They were going to split them, and then Gable was going to be a serious, wrestler, but here
This
we
would have
are.
been the time. This would have been the time to do it with the draft.
Oh, well, there you go.
But they didn't split anybody up. So
Yeah, because they could have had the male models and Otis get drafted to the same brand, and then him be like, I don't have anybody else to turn to. I know who will take me in. And then he, was at the Met Gala this week, and they could have ran an angle like that.
there you go. That's easy.
Man, call us up, Hunter. My phone number is 334.
Whoa, hold on now. I'll bleep that out.
His phone number is 33.
Come on, man. I already got enough debt collectors calling me, man. I can't get Stanford calling me too.
Oh man, what do they want?
They want money. What do you mean? That's what they want.
No. They're trying to steal your identity. They can have it.
Yeah. Who wants to be me, man?
Oh, they all want to be us. You got the Scoop Slam podcast.
Oh, I guess you're right about that.
Well, the highlight of the night was next up. Cody and Brock. And Brock Taker came down.
You like this?
It was okay.
I just thought this was a rehash of what they did. What, didn't they do this last week?
Well, yeah, but they can't touch before the pay-per-view.
I don't know. It just felt like rinse and repeat, man. It felt copy and paste to me.
I liked it for one reason.
And?
Because Cody clocked Brock in the face, and I can't wait to see that receipt on Saturday.
Dang. You just want Brock to end Cody, man?
No, it'll be funny. I thought it would be funny.
Wow. Yeah, why did Brock not want to get to Cody after he got blindsided by Cody?
He's playing mind games.
Calm. He was just calm on the outside. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to like storm the security or try to get to Cody. I don't know. That didn't make much sense to me.
Well, I think that's Cody's gimmick right now, and Paul Bearer's controlling Brock Lesnar with the urn.
Man, I was so confused for a second when you said Paul Bearer.
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute, hold up now. Did I watch the right show? He came out.
The attire is fitting. All I'm saying is a hologram Paul Bearer is going to come out one day. At the rate that he's dressing, that's what his new gimmick's going to be.
Only if CM Punk comes out carrying the ashes beforehand.
Oh, man. What a legendary angle. What a legendary moment.
It's very, quite the sight to see, though.
Him bathing himself in the supposed ashes of Paul Bearer. Hey, they ran it by his family before. They were all right with it.
It's crazy to think that aired in 2013 WWE, though.
Man, I was invested, too. I love that angle. That whole feud was great.
That's the only part I remember about the angle was him bathing in Undertaker's manager's ashes.
Nah, because one night, I don't know if they were doing a tribute or something to Paul Bearer, but
Paul Heyman came out dressed like him.
No, that was good too. But no, they had a bunch of druids, and then like Undertaker started beating all of them up, and then one of them turned out to be CM Punk, and then I don't know.
I do remember that.
It was a good man. We should just review old stuff at this point.
Hey, I wouldn't hate it.
Just go over moments or feuds or. We're already not watching Dynamite and SmackDown. We might as well just cut them out all together.
Well, we got to watch Collision coming up.
So. Don't remind me. Anyways, I thought the Cody Brock stuff was well done. And, Cody better be ready for that receipt on Saturday. Brock's going to stretch him, brother.
Oh, man. Whoa. I think Cody beats Brock.
Oh, yeah. If he loses to Brock, then he's dead in the water. Like, what else are they going to have him do? Especially with the new World Heavyweight thing coming up. Because I think his first loss, other than Roman, is going to be Seth.
Yeah, I can see it.
Which is going to be weird because it'll be babyface versus babyface.
Yeah, but they've done it before, though.
Well, yeah, but maybe Seth will say you're not really about workers' rights like you claim you are. Okay, maybe that seems out of left field, but that was the last babyface versus babyface world title feud I remember. Hello?
Mm. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. You were just no
I'm
selling
still
it.
here. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This show, I didn't. Besides the draft picks, man, I really didn't pay that much attention to the show.
I don't blame you. It was kind of like SmackDown to the point that it was
Felt like it
like,
was in a holding pattern.
yeah, and we have the draft with little like segments in between. I mean, there just was nothing of real importance aside from like the main event.
Yeah, yeah, completely agree.
And that's
Well,
why.
I don't. We had something good coming up, but we'll get to it though.
Mm. Anyways, moving on. Matt Riddle versus Jimmy Uso.
Repeat,
And I didn't really pay attention. I just hope
man.
this feud is over. I'm getting sick of the Bloodline versus KO and
Yeah,
Sammy.
I know Riddle just came back, and he's been gone like 9 months. But God, man, it feels like he's been wrestling the Usos every week since he came back.
And Solo's in the main event of every show, which, I mean, no disrespect, Solo's a good wrestler, but good
I don't want
God.
to see him. Yeah, I don't want to see him in that spot yet.
Following that, Jay, Paul, and Solo were in the back, and basically Paul was hyping up Solo for his match later.
Yeah.
Jay comes in, and he's reasonably pissed because Solo nor Paul came to help because the Usos lost, or Jimmy lost. I didn't really have a ton of takeaways, but I did like Paul talking in Samoan. I thought that was a cool moment or aspect of it. And
Yeah, I guess.
you didn't like this?
Man, it just felt like same stuff we see every week, man. I'm starting to get a little sick of it, man.
I know, I hate it too because the Bloodline stuff is good, or has been good, but as you said, the draft is much needed, and I want it to be a hard brand split. Like, don't involve these people anymore. I'm glad the Judgment Day and LWO is moving on. I'm glad Sammy and the Usos are split, even though I'm sure Sammy and KO are going to be on the show every week, or on both because they're tag champs. I don't know. It just, like you said earlier, kind of feels like we're in a holding pattern with just all of WWE.
Yeah, and I'm not. We'll see how diligent they are with these draft rules about people not intermingling on different shows anymore. I'm not that sold on it, so I don't know, man. We'll see some more clarity after the May 8th cutoff point, I guess.
Yeah, I need to see how it is under Triple H, and then we'll see. Maybe he'll do it a little differently. I don't know.
Yeah.
Miz TV, because we got to get our talk show in for the week.
I like Miz.
His guest was Shinsuke Nakamura, and as you said off air, the theme song is good.
Yeah.
Outside of that, with Shinsuke, there's not a whole lot. But I gotta admit something.
Oh.
For weeks on the Scoop Slam podcast, I have dogged this joke about Mrs. Balls. But I'm not gonna lie. Something about this was kind of funny. I think it was because Shinsuke, or maybe just his delivery, or the fact that like it was in Japanese or something. I don't know, but I did like crack a smile on the way to work this morning while I was watching it, and I was like, I
Wow.
cannot believe that I laughed at this.
I thought you were gonna bury it.
It wasn't
Clearly
good, but I'll give you credit for the fact that it didn't make me laugh for once.
Yeah, man, Miz was working hard trying to make this work. I didn't particularly enjoy the Shinsuke stuff. I don't know, man. It's not clicking with me. Maybe if he had a manager, it'd be a little better, a little more tolerable.
But again, as we said off air, who's gonna manage them because they don't have anybody.
Yeah.
For my slams for that one, I just said that I think Nakamura needs to be a heel, and the Miz stuff is just extremely repetitive. It's join me, I'll help you do this on Raw, or we can be a new tag team. Da 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 da. He does it to every single person that he starts a feud with. Speaking of, this made me think about this too. Where's Ciampa?
He's hurt.
Oh, is that why he didn't get drafted either?
Yeah, he got hurt months ago. Same with Bobby Roode, man. He got hurt.
Well, yeah, but Bobby's been out for like over a year. I think I read a report that he's not going to be back this year already. They said that it'll be 2024. So what happened to Ciampa? I think you've already explained this to me, matter of fact, on the podcast, but I don't remember at all.
He got hurt in September. And yeah, I don't know when he's due back, but didn't Gargano get drafted to Raw?
Yeah.
So I can see like a reunion with them, or maybe Gargano reuniting with his NXT buddies with Dexter and Indy and Candice. I can see that happening on Raw too. So I don't know. Maybe Ciampa will join the Way, as they were called in NXT. Yeah.
Well, Indy's now on Raw, isn't she? Or was it SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they all got drafted to Raw. Yeah. All of them. Except Theory. Good.
Keep them out of that.
Of course.
But it says that he had hip surgery and now he's having stem cell treatment like Ray. So hopefully he has a good recovery. I enjoyed Ciampa, and maybe he'll be a little more serious when we see him this time.
Well, I thought he was doing good work with Miz.
It was good work, but he was doing the best of what he was given. That doesn't necessarily make what he was given good.
Yeah, I guess you're right with that.
After that, there was an almost squash and nothing to advance the match between him and Seth at the pay-per-view, which I thought was stupid. Judgment Day promo with all of them getting a round table with the mic. I don't know, man. I feel like we say the same thing every week, and this is kind of the same, like you said, the same thing with this show. Finn sucks. That was my slam. He's very out of place. I thought Damien's promo was good, even though most of it was in Spanish, but he sounded like he meant it, as you would say. And yeah. Dom got the biggest reaction of the night.
Bro, he got nuclear heat, man. It was great to hear, man. I don't know. It felt old school. He was getting booed out the building. You thought he was Shawn Michaels in Montreal, man. They wouldn't let him talk. He was just yelling over his promo, and I loved it. I loved every second. He's the biggest heel in the company, man.
That was the highlight of this segment to me, was him trying to talk over them, and then every time he would pick up the mic, it would somehow get louder. It was already at like a fever pitch, and then it would just get that much louder. And it just cracked me up because people online want to say, no, Dominic has go away heat. And some of that at the beginning was true. But at this point, they're in on the joke, but not like a booing MJF because they're in on the joke. No, they genuinely just like to boo Dominic because...
I love it. I love it.
It's not even because they don't like him per se. It's more of just... I don't know how to explain it. It's different than MJF because people like MJF.
Yeah, they're playing along. They want to be in on the act, and they are entertained with everything he says. They're waiting on him to knock the hometown crowd. Dom, they just hate him for what he is and what he did to his dad, and how he's just, a chicken s heel, and he needs mommy to save him from majority of his matches. Man, it's great. I love it.
Yeah. It's
It's unique.
and it's the
very
best
unique.
thing they could have done for him, in all honesty.
Yeah, and I really think if they was to split up the Judgment Day, if they would keep Rhea and him together, that's an upper mid card act, borderline main event, if you ask me.
If he had a little bit better definition, I would say get Finn out of there. Let
you
him
could
and
just
Damian be tag team, and let
Rhea. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, let them be a tag team, and then have Rhea obviously still dominating the women's division, but I think Finn muddles the whole thing. Muddles? Is that the right word? Muddies? One or the other. Anyways,
Muddies.
Muddies? Do you think that's right? Is that a word?
Yeah.
All in all, though, I mean, this moved into a match versus the LWO, which again, we've seen it 8 million times, and again, the LWO lost. LWO Judgment Day, LWO loses again, which makes absolutely no sense considering, they're probably like 1-11 now.
Not really surprised though.
I hope they do something with them on SmackDown. Like it's ridiculous at this point. What did they even bring them together for?
Sell t-shirts.
Well, hold on, you might be onto something.
They're selling a lot of t-shirts. I think they're number one for the third week in a row.
Holy crap. And they keep losing.
Well, it's a cool shirt though. I buy it.
I would wear it if I was,
Oh man, come on. You can be honorary Latino, like
honorary. It kind of feels a little out of place, does it not?
No, you go to a Bad Bunny concert, you wear that, man.
Oh,
it'll be the highlight of the concert.
Well, I guess that's true.
Might get shown on the big screen. I don't know.
It does always crack me up when they play his music, because it's been like the past couple 2Ks. So every time I hear the song, I think about the 2K game.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good song.
Hey, I mean, I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds like he meant it.
Sketch it.
And lastly, our main event: Seth Franklin Meth Rollins versus Solo Sikoa. And I actually like this match. I thought it was the match of the night, and I was into it.
Yeah.
And of course, well, if the bloodline's involved, you know what the finish is going to be. Either somebody's getting cheated, or the match is ending in disqualification.
Right. Yeah.
So
I ain't surprised.
I don't know. I told you last week it's ungodly repetitive right now.
I know. I didn't want you to be right, but you are. I don't know if I just watched this on a bad day personally, but I thought I turned on last week's Raw with all these repeat stuff that happened, man. Man. And then the timing of the show was off because I guess they went too long on the Judgment Day stuff. So the show cut off at a weird time where Corey was yelling at us.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like, if you're gonna say something about AEW doing it, you gotta say something about WWE doing it.
Mention it. All right, I mentioned it. You happy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy.
You broke me down, Micah. You broke me. You put me in the sharpshooter, and Vince rang the bell. You happy, man? You screwed me.
I'm enthralled. Even the boyhood dream is conquered.
You piece of garbage. Come on, man. What are you giving this show, man?
Well, on the Scoop Slam scale, we should trademark that.
Oh.
Hey, we can make t-shirts.
Okay. I'll buy it.
I'm giving this one a dud.
Wow.
This is repeat, and there was nothing interesting on the show aside from the draft. And
Yeah.
the main event was good, and what do you know? A run-in with the Bloodline, just like they've been doing for the past 8 months. I'm so out of the product right now. Cody should have won the belt, and I'm sticking to my guns on that.
I can't give it a dud because we did get to see RVD and we got to see Booker T, so that was pretty cool. The draft stuff didn't bother me, but the matches were repeat and the angles weren't anything that's gonna be remembered for me personally a week from now.
So, 5, low 4?
No, I give it a 2.
2. Oh, close to the
Well, I
dud
mean, we
scale.
got to see RVD, man. I can't give a show that had RVD on it a dud.
Interesting. Well, all in all, a rough Monday, but we will be back with Dynamite and SmackDown this weekend.
Finally,
unless
is this a running joke now?
it might be, unless like a meteor or a nuke or barring something crazy. Or, something not crazy at the rate we've been going. We'll be back for Dynamite and SmackDown.
Yes.
And hopefully
Yes,
we'll end the week better than we started it.
Gotta cleanse our palates, as they say.
I'm going to cleanse it with some 1996 or 1997 WWF Royal Rumble, because that's where I'm getting close to in my Attitude Era watch through. Almost said watch along. But from the Scoop Slam podcast, this has been Raw and Rumors. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure to check us out. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Scoop Slam Pod. Like I said, we'll be back later this week with our Dynamite and SmackDown review. In the meantime, enjoy yourself, and thank you for listening to the Scoop Slam podcast.